So this is a real world data project using SQL and Python. So you will learn how to pull data from Google Sheet into PostgreSQL using Python and then analyze it with real SQL queries. So let's start step by step. So this is the project title, automating the data ingestion from Google Sheet to PostgreSQL with for real time cell analysis. So actually we're going to pull data from Google Sheets and then we take it to Postgre using Python, and then we will going to write SQL queries for real time cells analysis. So the problem statement is there's a retail business which collects sales order using Google Form connected to Google Sheet, and then they want to analyze data and however analyzing data manually is inefficient and error prone. So they need a simple pipeline that automatically pull new data from Google Sheets and then load that data into an SQL database and then enable quick reporting by SQL queries. So basically the objective of this project is to build a simple data pipeline using Python to move data from Google Sheet to Postgre. And then we're going to create a table in Postgre for the analysis. And then we're going to run SQL queries to SQL business queries to extract insights out of this data, and then we'll prepare a report with findings based on. So the pipeline, the data pipeline start from the Google Sheet. We're going to populate data into the Google Sheet using Google Form. So there's a Google Form where you will fill. So this is the Google Form. This is the Google Form where you're going to fill, and then this is the Google Form that we're going to fill, and then all data that you're going to fill, they will be automatically be collected in Google Sheets. And then you're going to take this data from Google Sheets. We're going to pull this data to Python, and then you're going to pull the data from Python to PostgreSQL. And then in Python, you're going to use Jupyter notebook, where you're going to write the query to pull data from the Google Sheets. And then after pulling data to Python from Google Sheet, we're going to use another tool. It's called sqlalchemy to connect Python and SQL, and then we pull data into PostgreSQL. So the database that you're going to use, this is our database, is called Postgre. So we're going to pull data from Python and then we'll take it to Postgre, and then we will write 5 or 6 queries that will help us answer the business problem. Let's get started. So we are pulling data from Google Sheet. We are pulling data from Google Sheet, and we want to take it to Python. And then we take it to PostgreSQL. So let's start from here. So for us to pull this data from Google Sheet to Python, we first of all have to publish this data into our web, and then it will generate a link. So this link we're going to use it in pandas. We're going to use it in Python with the help of pandas to pull the data from the web that we've published our Google Sheet. So share and then come to publish to web. So publish to web, you will click entire document, and then here you will, so we want to make this Google Sheet into CSV, comma separated value, and then so you will going to copy paste this link. So this link is the one that you're going to use it in Python to pull data from the web to Python. So let's come to Python. Let's create another. Yeah, so let's allow it to load so that we can start. Yeah, so Python is here with us. So this is the Jupyter notebook. So we can name this one as SQL Python projects, and then so this is where we're going to write the Python script so that we can pull data from the web that we've published our Google Sheet. So first of all, install we're going to install the relevant Python library that will be going to be used in this particular project. So we're going to install pandas, sqlalchemy, and scopg2 binary. So pandas, this one will help us to read the data or to pull the data from the web that would publish our Google Sheet, and then sqlalchemy and the scopg2 binary. So this one will help us to connect the Python and PostgreSQL, and then we pull data from Python to PostgreSQL. So let's run this one. Yeah, so let's wait for it to load, and then we proceed to the next. So the next stage, so the library are here with us. They've been installed successfully. So now the next step now is to pull the data from the Google Web, from this Google Web to Python, and we're going to use pandas. Therefore, we're going to import pandas. Therefore, we're going to import pandas. We're going to import pandas, and then we're going to use the link that we've copy pasted from this link here. So it's like this link will give us the direction of where it's like it give us the path of the web we have published our Google Sheets, and then we read that particular Google Sheets. So let's run this one. So we have Google Sheets been pulled from the web. It has been pulled. It's now in Python. So now it's now time to take this data in Python. We take it to PostgreSQL. So we're going to use pandas. We're going to use the sqlalchemy and the scopg2 so that we can connect the Python and the PostgreSQL, and then we upload the data into the PostgreSQL. So there's a code already I made. So let me just take you through the code, and then So first of all, I've imported the relevant library that will be used in this particular activities. So first of all, import the pandas. So the pandas will help us pull the data from the web to Python. So this is the link of the data, and then we're going to pull it, df.pd. So we're going to pull the data, and then we create engines. So creating engine is like telling Python the place in our Postgre where we're going to store our data. So you'll provide your so this is these two are by default. So what you'll be required, you will put your Postgre password and the database that you want this Google Sheet to be stored. So in this line, you will only put your password from here to here, and then so this is my password of my Postgre, and then this is the database. This is the database that I want the Google form data to be stored, and then I will give name of the Google form data. So for mine I've labeled it as retail data. So this is the table that we reflect in the PostgreSQL. So the Google form data, when it reaches into Postgre, the table will be called retail data, and in case there's a table called retail data, we can replace it. So if this query runs successfully, it will print data loaded to Postgre. So let's run this one. Yeah, so we've successfully loaded our data from Python to PostgreSQL. So now let's go to PostgreSQL, and so here is the PostgreSQL, and we have this database. So we can refresh this database so that let's go to schema and tables so that we can find if our retail data table has reached in PostgreSQL. So you can see retail data arrived successfully in PostgreSQL. So we can decide to try to see the structure of our retail data. So this is the Google form that we've pulled from the web into Python and to Python to PostgreSQL using the Python libraries such as pandas, sqlalchemy, and psychopg2 binary, all those kind of library that we've so let's run this one. So you can see this is the table that we've pulled from the Google Sheet data. So now let's go to the next step. So we have successfully loaded our data from the Python to the PostgreSQL. So then the next step is now to automate the process, the ETL process. So we'll need to write a code so that we can automate the ETL process, so that when someone enters data from this Google form, it is taken to the Google Sheet, and from this Google Sheet, it is taken to automatically to Python, and then it will be taken to the PostgreSQL. So for that, we'll have to write a code that will automate this whole ETL pipeline. So I have a code already. So So this code will, so this code basically is for automating the whole ETL process, from taking the new data that will be loaded from the Google form to Google Sheet, and then from Google Sheet to Python, and Python to PostgreSQL. So after you've written this automation code, is now, so the automation will occur after every 15 minutes. So if you put your data in this Google Sheet, it will reach to the Postgre after every 15 minutes. So the next step is now to go back to the PostgreSQL where, so if you look at this table, you can see product, you can see columns like product ID. It's only the product ID. But if you want to have a full description of, let's say, customers, so that means we'll have another column like customer name, location of the customer. So that means we'll need to create another table. So this table, we'll call it dimensional. So dimensional basically will give us the description aspect of these customers. So for that case, we'll create another table that will contain more information, for example, about the customer. So let's start with the customer table. So let's write customer table. Let's just call it customers. So there's already a table of customer that I created. So I feel like they will have that conflict. So I decided to add additional A so that to avoid that kind of conflict. So let me run this one. So let's run this one. So our table successfully loaded. So let me db this. And then, so let me select, right, select star from dim customer. So we have table customer, having the customer ID, having the customer name, having the location where the customer, let's say, stays. And then we're going to use now product ID to generate another table that will give us more information about ID. So we're going to create an dimensional table for ID. So this is dimensional table for ID. Dimensional table for ID. And then let's run this one. So there's already a table that I created. So let's also try to include something so that to avoid the conflicts between the existing table and this one that you want to. So let's run this one. Yeah, so let's just use products. So you see, well, please just leave it the way it is. And so we write select so that we can confirm if the table we've freely created the table. Yeah, so we have the customer dimensional table and the product dimensional table. So now let's create another table for time. So this table so we're going to use this table, this column, to extract the date column, the distinct dates from this column, and then from that from that column that we're going to extract from this, we're going to extract year, month, day, quarter, all those kind of things. Yeah. So let's create another table for please. Yeah, so we have this table. It should so we have these tables where we've extracted the order dates from this one. So create table in, so this is the name of the table, and select distinct. So we are select distinct from this table, which is retail data. So we are selecting distinct from this table retail data, and we are select distinct of this column order date. After that, we're going to use this column. So we're going to change this column. So currently it's in text format, so we're going to change it to date format, and then we're going to use this column to extract year, to extract month, to extract the month name, to extract day, to extract day name, to extract quarter, all sort of kind of things. So let's run this one. Let's run this one. Retail. Let's just use yeah, and let's run it. Yeah, so we have a table called dim calendar. Select star from calendar as. So let's try to explore how this calendar table looks like. If you run this one, you can see the original table we've extracted distinct dates from the original table, but the original table, its data type is text. So this column, we've converted the data type text to data type date, and then from this column, it has helped us to extract year, month, month name, day name, numeric, week number, and quarter. So now that you have the fact, you have the live data, and you have these dimensional tables, you can now answer the business questions that are required to solve the problem of the retail business. So I will put those questions in the video description so that you can take them and start to practice, so that you can fully own this project and put it in your portfolio confidently. So let's meet in the next video. Thank you. And if you found this video helpful, kindly comment, subscribe, and also give me a comment of the topic or the project that you want to, the domain of the project that you want me to create in the next video. So let's meet in the next video. Thank you.